Hello, everybody, and welcome back to PSGL once again. And you join us here for PlayStation F4 fifth round here in season 43, I want to say, of PSGL. And this time we are racing around Austria. Last week was Madrid. We didn't have much attendance, but it was still a pretty entertaining and exciting race, with our championship leader Felix extending his lead in the championship with a second place. Meanwhile, the reserve driver of Sander won in the Williams, and he's here once again today in the Cadillac, so let's see if he can do something again today. I'm guessing he's a reserve again. I don't know if you can get full-time seats if you do really good, or if someone just stops racing, stops racing. But yeah, so Sander won last time out in Madrid, where we only had 11 drivers, I think, but it was still a pretty exciting race, and he came out on top in quite dominant fashion. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe Madrid was just a good track and did a lot of practice, or if he has the pace in Austria as well. But we should have everyone readying up and getting into the qualifying session soon. So yeah, Felix currently leading the championship by 17 points. He's got quite a big lead on Azirex, who is here today, which is good, because last week not many of the championship contenders other than Felix were actually there, other than Vibird. So behind Felix in the championship, you've got Azirex and Red Hawk, both Alpines, equal on 27 points, pardon me. Then 1 point behind them is Vibird and the Ferrari, who benefited from the low attendance last week. Then you have Tom Eade in the Aston Martin in fifth. Then Rai, who his main weaknesses have been inconsistency and not being here, and also a DNF in China, which really cost him. Wasn't here last week. And he is sixth in the championship. Then Luca in seventh for Ferrari, and then Sander, whose first race was last week in Madrid, won, immediately puts himself up into eighth in the championship, which is very impressive. Then you have Arvel in the Cadillac, got a podium in Silverstone first round and hasn't shown up since. He is ninth. And then Rising Star in the Red Bull, who didn't start Madrid either, but got a 9th in Britain, 12th in China, and 6th in Belgium. He is our 10th driver in the championship standings. And we load into qualifying here, and looks pretty dry, overcast, and we should be in for a very exciting qualifying to set the grid for the main race. Looks like all the big dogs are back. Rai's back. A lot of people are back, obviously, as we got 19 rather than 11, which is always good. Good to have the attendance back, and I think everyone likes Austria. Austria's a nice, quick, whilst challenging track to find the time, and yeah, it is a fun one, as people are coming out of the pits now onto the track. Ryan Fuzzy have retired. I don't know if they have qualifying bans or something, but they will both be starting at the back. So it is Suzuki first out onto the track in the Haas, so we'll watch what he can do. Suzuki in 11th in the championship after 2 7th places in Belgium and Spain. So let's see if maybe with a point scoring result today he can get into the top 10 of the championship. In terms of the constructor standings going into this one, it is a lot closer than the drivers, I can tell you that for sure. Alpine ahead right now by 2 points. They have 54 points in the lead. So that's Azirex and Red Hawk, part of Alpine, getting the points for the French-based team. Haas then in second. mainly because of Felix, but Suzuki, as I said, he's been putting in some decent results recently as well, and we're watching his first qualifying lap at the moment. Then Ferrari in third, 7 points behind Haas. Then it's Audi in fourth, then Aston Martin, Red Bull, Cadillac, who were mainly helped by Arvel's third position that he got in the first race. But one thing is, Cadillac, I feel like their drivers are never here. I mean, you got Sander reserving again, and because Arvel's not here, but at least today you do have Slit. He is one of the full-time drivers here today. Suzuki comes round the final 2 corners of his first lap. What's it going to be for the Haas driver? It's going to be a 1 minute 4.466. Don't know how good of a time that is. Arvel immediately beats it, and Arvel in the racing ball. So, has he just moved team? This is confusing. Pulse Lola Alonso, his first race was last week reserving. He's here again reserving for racing balls. And yeah, Arvel currently fastest. We'll watch Carlos Luca in the Ferrari. I'll finish looking through the team standings. Then after Cadillac you got Mercedes, then Williams, McLaren, and then the Carb in last position with just 1 point. Oh, okay, so Sanders got a full-time seat at Cadillac now. So Arvel's being demoted to a reserve, because, I mean, he did miss 3 races, so I think that might be how it works, as Luca goes 5th. And right now it is Azivek's fastest after the first few laps done by people. Okay, so our reserves in this tier changed. It's now Sojo Bao, who is here today for Red Bull, Lola Alonso, who's also here for Racing Balls, and then Arvel as well, who's also in the Racing Balls. So Racing Balls last in the championship at the moment with 1 point. I've got 2 reserves today. In Arvel and Pulse Lola Alonso, so let's see how they can do. Lola Alonso his pace didn't look too good in Madrid, I don't think, but no one really likes Madrid. It's a new track, so will be interesting to see what he can do at a track he's more familiar with in Austria. As Arvel, the man who got 3rd for Cadillac in the first race, 3rd at the moment in qualifying, so he looks like another fast reserve. We'll have to see if Sander, our winner from last week, reserving for Williams, now full-time for Cadillac, what he can do at this track around the final 2 corners. What's it going to be for Sander? Last week's race winner across the line, goes 6th for his first lap. So most people have put in their first laps, and it is Azivex who's fastest by 3/10 with a 1 minute 4.080. Then you have Rybird in 2nd in the Ferrari, looking decent after his podium last week. Arvel then on his return as a reserve in 3rd. Then it is Suzuki looking good in 4th. Then Verlissen in the Audi. Then Sander in 6th. Then Luca. Championship leader Felix in 8th. Finges then in 9th. Then Tom Eade, followed by his teammate Spryzen. Then Alicio, Slit, Tony, Ramati. Ramati doesn't have a competitive time at the moment, and then everyone else has not put a lap in, including Pulse Lola Alonso, who's coming around the final 2 corners now. The reserved for Red Bull last week, reserving for Racing Balls, the junior outfit this week. What's it going to be on his first lap as he comes across the line? It's going to be 9th, sneaks into the top 10 there, not too bad by Pulse. Let's see if he can improve on that in the next 11 minutes. Sojo Bao, next up, reserving for Red Bull, has been all around the gaff so far this season, reserving for different people. Quite an active reserved for Cadillac in Belgium. and is reserved for a few other people, I think. Little loose on the entry of the final corner. What's it going to be for Sojo Bao? It's only going to be 13th. So he's going to be wanting to improve on that lap. As Alex in the McLaren, who had an impressive qualifying performance and beginning of his race in Madrid, making the most of the low attendance, but ended up not finishing that race, I'm pretty sure. So that was quite a shame, because it looked like he was going to make the most of the attendance being low, meaning he could get more points, especially for McLaren and for himself, who's not had the best season so far. But yeah, didn't finish that race. Pretty sure he crashed. So he'll be hoping to recover today, but invalidating on the final corner when you're about to start your lap is definitely not going to help you. Tony in the McLaren on our lap currently, down in 16th, so he's going to be wanting a big improvement. 3 tenths away from the next fastest car. Really needs to get into the 4s. That's where most of the grid is currently. Round the penultimate corner, getting a lot of that curb. What's the curb there on the outside as well? Swings it in now across the line. What's it going to be for Tony? 5.23. It's going to be an improvement into the 104s and into 13th. I think people coming round to start their second laps now, with 9 minutes left in the session. Here in Waters. Ooh, Lola Alonso spins there at the penultimate corner. I mean, he's lucky not to hit any walls there. Was able to get the car stopped pretty quickly, and he'll just go back to the pits. But lucky escape there for him. It is looking a little cloudy at the moment. Don't know if it's going to rain or what, but it's definitely ominous. And yeah, so it's been a decent quali so far. Just always happy to have a PlayStation F4 back. Glad that you know, the comms team have decided to put it back on your screens for this season, and it has been a pretty decent season so far. Obviously Felix has been pretty dominant, but he's not been winning all the races. He's just been consistent, and consistency is key. Consistency is what you need to win a championship, especially here in PSGL with smaller seasons. Consistency can really keep you up there, and it's just something not everyone else has done. Just coming to all the races, making sure you do a decent amount of practice, and having good pace, and that's really why Felix is 17 points ahead in the championship currently. Yeah, we should be in for another good race here in F4 for sure. This kind of became my thing to commentate, I guess, as I did it the last season. We broadcasted it, I think, in one of the F124 seasons. Now back here on F125 in the 26 cars, and yeah, been quite an exciting season. Quite a few different winners, surprises with the likes of Sander Reserve winning now full time. So a lot of stories been going on. It's been good, and thanks for the people who've been tuning in and watching. As Tommy goes 10th. And hopefully you're all enjoying the season as much as I am, and a bunch of these drivers are, I'm sure. Spice improves by 4 attempts, get into the 104s. And you know, this is only start. This is only 5th round. There's still quite a few rounds left as Azivex improves now. First driver to get into the 3s with a 103.997. He's looking very good in the Alpine, and I mean, if he can keep on putting in results, you never know. He could maybe be a protagonist for the title against Felix. Right, 6 minutes left. Azivex currently in the lead. Well, not in the lead, currently fastest. Godrev's coming back to the pits, and we'll see everyone out in a few minutes' time for the final laps. Ryzen, think he's starting a lap. I think most people are just pulling in, to be fair. Sojo Bao might be starting a lap, actually, as he wrecks into the pits. Sander has invalidated his lap, same with Rybird. We'll watch Paul Slolo Alonso, pretty sure he's on a lap in the Racing Bulls. And another thing amazing about PlayStation F4, look how close it is. Everyone, other than Azivax, who's literally 3 thousandths into the threes, everyone is in the fours. And because Arvel is with a 0.2, the whole grid is basically, well, from P2 to P18 is separated by 8 tenths. Just shows how close it is, especially in qualifying, how exciting it is, despite the new cars, which some people might be liking more than others, where battery is so important. These drivers still keep it so close, and that makes it so entertaining. You don't know who's going to win week in, week out. As Paul Slolo Alonso goes 6th. Decent that. Yeah, the two drivers for Racing Bulls right now doing a much better job than normal full-time drivers. I mean, Dingerling. Definitely haven't made this talking point so I could just say his name. Dingerling has been disqualified twice, I'm pretty sure, this season, and didn't really have a very good Madrid. Was lagging all over the gaff. Can't remember if he scored points or if he DNF'd. I think he might have finished outside of the point. I'm not sure. But yeah, Dingerling hasn't been very good. I'm not sure about the other driver. I think he's just not really been attending. But yeah, Racing Bulls currently last in the championship with 1 point. Tony 523 goes 9th. With his latest lap, McLaren not looking too bad in this qualifying session. At least Tony, Alex down in 18th. Sojo Bao not on a lap. Is Alicio on a lap? I don't think so. He's 14th. Matty's invalidated. 3 minutes left in the session, and we will be seeing the majority come out of the pits for their final laps. Arvel on an out lap, currently 2nd. He's looked decent so far in this session on his return. 3 minutes left in the session. Keep an eye on Arvel, because he could definitely be in the contention for pole here. 2nd at the moment with a 1 minute 4.253. So he's just got to find about 2 tenths improvement, and he could be fighting for pole against the likes of Azivax. Let's see here. Begins his lap, using a little bit of boost, down to 70, into turn 1, using all of that curb on the outside, swings it in, just goes wide though, and he's going to have to back out of that lap. As we get people coming out of the pits now for their final flying laps in this session, and stuff is about to get very, very tasty here on this quite small track. 20 cars, going to be hard to not get blocked and have traffic. Got to time your lap perfect and just push as much as you can on this quick, exciting track, and get on the best lap you can. Slip in 10th at the moment in the Cadillac. Let's see what he can do. Burning a lot of his battery on this straight after turn 1 into turn 3 technically, as you have that little kink which is turn 2 up the hill. Now back down the hill towards turn 4. He's got a little bit of traffic, but they make sure to get out the way, using all the curbs on the outside. Once again, helping your entry. And now towards the 2 left-handers, can use a lot of track here. As close as to the gravel as you can. Using all the battery left, straight line mode enabled. Red Bull gets out of the way for Slick. Swings it into the right hander there. Little bit loose it looked like. Into the final corner. Just keeps in trail limits. What's it going to be for the Cadillac? It's going to be 4th. Good lap there by the Cadillac. Puts him 4th with a 1 minute 4.289. Good lap there by Slip. our current pole sitter, not on a lap at the moment. I think Arvel, though, in the Racing Bulls, looks like he is on a lap. Currently in the contention for pole in that 84 Racing Bulls car. Alpine gets out the way. Spies and retires. He's going to be 18th. So all these drivers fighting for the last 17 spots available on the grid. And none of the Spies actually crashed there at the final corner. What's it going to be for Arvel? Can he take provisional pole away from the Alpine of Azivax? Oh, Arvel there just cutting the inside of the final corner and invalidates. He's not going to be happy about that as Flavissant goes second in the Audi. Annoying there for Arvel. Didn't know if he's going to improve, but just makes a mistake on his final lap there. We'll switch now to the championship leader around the final two corners. We know he's not that strong in quali. It's usually the race pace he's good at, as Sander is going to be 8th at best in his first full-time race for Cadillac. Felix now used all the battery, 2 corners left. What's it going to be for the Haas? Oh, could have probably used a bit more of the inside curb there, but across the line, Felix stays 6th. Vermatti's invalidated. Tommy is only good enough for 14th, which is a shame for Tommy because he had superb pace in China in the podium positions, or at least fighting in the podium positions, and he's not really been able to show anything since, which is disappointing. Alicio's invalidated. Sojo Bao, one of the last guys on a lap, I think. Or is Azivax actually? I think Azivax, currently pole sitter, is improving around the final corner. Just about keeps it in the limits. Goes even faster to a 3.8. Insane lap there by Azivax. Is anyone going to be able to compete with that? He's still the only person in the 103s, and Luca just pushes it too hard. There goes wide, invalidates. He stays 4th. And Sojo Bao invalidates as well. So it is Azivax in the Alpine on pole position. Looking good for Alpine. We know both of those drivers in the fight for the championship, although only one of them is here today, and that is Azivax. Flavissant then in second in the Audi. You'll be happy with that performance. Arvel now as a reserve in his return. First time he's racing since round 1. Third. He should be pleased with that. Then Luca in 4th. Then Slit in the Cadillac. Our championship leader in 6th. Finch is 7th. Alex 8th. Sander, the reserve, in 9th. Not quite his qualifying in Madrid, but still a top 10. Then Suzuki in 10th. Pulse Lolo Alonso in 11th. In the Racing Bulls, not too bad for him. Then Vermatti in 12th. Rybird with a poor qualifying there in 13th, though. Especially after his performance last week, he would have been hoping for better. So he's going to have to do a little bit of a comeback in the race. Going to be interesting to see what the strategy is. If it's going to be dry or wet, we'll have to wait and see. But behind Rybird, then you got Tom Eden 14th. Then it is Tony 15th. It's Sojo Bao, Alicio and Spryzen. And then the 2 people who didn't put a lap in, Rai and Fuzzy, will be starting at the back for our 5th round of the Season 43 PSGL season. It's going to be a good one, so don't go anywhere, guys. Just loading in now to the race. We had a pretty exciting qualifying session. Hopefully we should have an exciting race as well, with quite good attendance, which is always nice. Looks like it's an overcast race. So is there going to be rain, or is it going to stay dry? I'm guessing it's a 1-stop. Maybe a bit of tyre saving. Not too sure, but yeah, just got to wait for the drivers to do their setups now, strategy, their fuel. And then we'll be underway. Speaking of fuel, I'm pretty sure with the lifting to help the battery on this game, or in these cars, you do save quite a lot of fuel. So you'd probably be going about -1 lap, -2 laps. These are my experience. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, sometimes, at least in the lower tiers of racing recently, in the racing, you have some people that run out of fuel, just not putting enough in the car because you usually underfuel it to save on the battery. But I'm sure these drivers are very good. We won't see any of that. Yeah, should be underway very shortly. Azirex in the blue and pink Alpine in the lead on that outside grid spot. And then you have the Audi to the inside in second, and then Arvel in the Racing Bulls as third. You can actually see the grid there on the right, which you don't usually see in other tracks. As Pouyan cheers on Ramati in chat. He's starting 12th. Mercedes haven't had that good of a season, but starting near the points, we'll be interested to see what Ramati can do. And you see Split, I think, in 5th in the Cadillac there, behind the Ferrari. And yeah, it's nice seeing all of them there, because you don't usually see them on any of the other tracks. But we've got 20 drivers here hungry for a win here in PlayStation F4. It's been an exciting season so far. I'm sure it's going to continue that way for this race and the race of the season, for the rest of the season. And you know, what a great location for our 5th round here in Austria. Lots of forests about, quite a unique location with the amount of trees and the hills. It's very scenic. And the drivers are going to be making it quite a loud forest tonight, roaring round the 10 turns, I want to say, of this track. And yeah, I can't wait for us to get underway. Don't go anywhere, folks, because we're going to be in for just a ton of excitement, chaos, good racing. It's going to be great. Can't wait. I've enjoyed all the races so far in PlayStation F4, and let's hope it continues. Azirex on pole. To the right, on the left, is the Audi of Flavison in second. Arvel third. The Ferrari fourth. Split in the Cadillac with a decent performance in qualifying is 5th. It'll be interesting to see what Fuzzy, whatever his name is, and Vibird can do at the back. They didn't even put a lap in, they immediately retired, so I guess they have a quali ban or something, not too sure. But they'll be starting at the back. Will we see them making some moves, charging through the pack? We'll have to wait and see. Felix, our championship leader, starting in 6th as well. Usually good in the race, so I'm sure he could still be a contender for the win. And it'll be interesting how that develops. We can see a little blue there in the sky, so although it's cloudy, I'm guessing it's going to stay dry, which will keep the strategy nice and simple for the drivers. Maybe medium hard one stop, that's what I'll assume. But you know, I'm not that good at this game, so I might be wrong. Hope everyone is enjoying their Monday evenings, and make sure you don't go anywhere for the later PSGL PlayStation action as well tonight. Obviously, because you have, I think you have like two races now, don't you? And then you have like F3 and F1 later or something. I might be yapping, but I'm pretty sure you do have some starting an hour later than us at least. So, you know, watch this, of course, with me, Bath Destroyer, yeah, F4 commentator, and then go over and watch the other tiers later when they're on, of course, because, you know, you can't leave F4. It's the best tier. That's why I tell everyone, but it's true. It is a very good tier, and we should be in for some exciting racing here today. And here we go. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights here in Austria for the 5th round of the season. We are underway. Looks like a decent start there from the Alpine. The Audi, not so much. He's side by side with Arvel going into turn 1. Can he keep P2? Yes, he can, but Arvel's going to get the switch back there. Just hits the back of him, though. Behind, it looks like everyone's been able to get through turn 1 cleanly as they now go up the hill towards turn 3. Azirex leads. Arvel still trying to fight Flavison for P2. Side by side there, the Ferraris battling as well. The McLaren of Alex going wide there in the midfield. All very close, but Arvel gets past Flavison and is into P2 on his return to on his return to F4. After he stopped raced in Silverstone, which was the first round. Now we're in the 5th round, and on his return, he's 2nd, looking very good. Flavison is able to keep P3. Carlos Luca then 4th. Behind is Slit. Sander, the new Cadillac driver, great start, already up to P6. Both caddies putting pressure on the Ferrari there. Then you got the 2 Hasses. Felix has lost a position at the start, but Suzuki has got up 2 places. He's into 8th. Alex then in 9th, looking decent in the McLaren. Paul Lolo Alonso into the points as well. Reserving tonight as an Aston of Tom Eade, looking for a move there, making a little bit of contact. Ferrari goes off, looks pretty close right now in the midfield, with Finges going off now at the back there. The Aston Martin of Spreisen and Finges not having a good start. Tom Eade and Ramatti side by side, who's got one of the viewers' supports, losing the position there to Tom Eade. Tony then as well having to defend from the Audi of Rai, who's gained a few places at the start, along with Fuzzy, who they started 19th and 20th. They have made up a few places, but back at the front, Azirex leads. In terms of strategy, it is mainly a medium start for most people, but you do have a few on the hards. Flavison in 3rd on the hards, same with Lo Alonso, Vibird, Ramatti, Alicio and Sojo Bao. So both Mercedes beginning on the hards. Let's see how that goes for them. Guessing it's going to be a 1-stop then, medium, hard, hard, medium. Might be wrong though, because I know in the 25 cars, I think the best strategy was like, what, medium, hard, 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 medium, hard, something like that. So we'll have to wait and see. But Azirex in the lead. Here on lap 3, the pole sitter. And he has kept the position in the first few laps. But Arvel looking pretty fast in 2nd at the moment. As Slit going down the inside of Flavison for P3. And he makes the move. As Flavison looking like he's struggling on battery, because now Luca to the inside of him. All for turn 5, and he gets the place. Flavison struggling at the moment. Don't know why he was so slow on the straight, but he's lost 2 positions now on those hards. And oh, we got Alex off there. Another incident. Alex comes back on that, and don't know if he's got any damage, but yes, he does, to the left end plate. And that's an illegal pit entry. Yeah, Alex just going off in the gravel there at turn 6, I want to say, and hitting the wall. It's looking like another bad race for him after his DNF in Madrid, so he's really not going to be happy about that in the McLaren, as there's a brake board getting destroyed in this little battle. Flavison, Luca and Sander. And just wanted to say, oh, we got another yellow actually, guys. I think it was a Haas, not too sure though. Suzuki's lost a few places. Some sort of chaos going on as usual. And then we've got 3 wide, 4P5 there. Flavison just falling down loads of positions. I don't know what's wrong with him, as Felix gets past Luca and into 5th, making some moves in this race as our championship leader. But yeah, interesting. As a Slit who's got his way into 3rd, low on battery, but into 3rd, and Cadillac has mainly got their points from the podium this man got in Silverstone. P3 in Britain. His only race he actually did as a full-time at Cadillac de Darvel. He's now a reserve, and he's reserving tonight for Racing Bulls, and he has just took the lead off Azirex here on lap 5. Meanwhile, Cadillac back in the podium positions at the moment with Slit, who's looking very good. Sander then in 4th, then Felix in 5th. Lost a place or 2 at the start, but he's came back now into 5th. Our championship leader looking hungry to keep that lead as much as he can with Azirex, one of his rivals, currently ahead of him in 2nd. Carlos Luca then in 6th. Flavison still struggling on those hards, down in 7th after starting 3rd. Vibird as well has gained some places, starting 13th or something. He's already up to 8th, which is good by him. Sander, the full-time now for Cadillac, in his first full-time race for the team. Just losing the place to Felix there. He's already into 4th. He's looking good at the moment. And yeah, so Vibird has made up quite a few places already, with the nature of these cars and the starts. Meanwhile, Suzuki, where he is in the championship at the moment, 11th. He's got a bit of a train behind him. Arvel still in the lead of this race. And speaking of Suzuki, he's lost the place to Fuzzy. And Flavissant and Vibird side by side. Vibird getting the place, defending from Flavissant. Oh, he nearly goes down the inside, but Vibird keeps the place. He's into 7th there. An improvement for him as Ramati goes into the gravel there at turn 4. In 10th at the moment, and the points looking good for him, but he does have a 3-second time penalty already for track limits, which he won't be happy about. But I think he does usually struggle with track limits. But I think not only him will be struggling with track limits today, because most corners you can go off, especially these final 2 corners, the final 2 right-handers. And as soon as I say that, Slit gets a penalty as well. Spreisen has one as well for track limits, so they are struggling, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more in the race in the future laps to come. As Tom Eade has gained some places just like Vibird as well. Didn't have the best quality. He's into 8th though, and he's ahead of Flavissant, who's just not got any race pace. He's just fallen down completely. I don't know what's going on with Flavissant. Meanwhile, for the lead, we've got a lot going on, because Azivex down the inside into turn 4, gets the place back off Arvel and retakes the lead of the race after losing it on lap 5 to the Racing Bulls. He is back into the lead, and Slit has actually caught them now in 3rd. So the top 3 have kind of split themselves from the rest of the pack, but Felix is definitely not going to let them get away too easily. He's going to be pushing to try and get them, our championship leader, in 4th at the moment. Behind you got Sander. He's got Carlos Luca pretty close to him around the final corner. Let's see if he can do anything using his battery. Pulls to the inside for turn 1, and he easily makes the move. Luca into 5th. And back in the fight for the lead, Arvel and Azivex side by side. Azivex looking to keep the lead, but Arvel is going to fight it. Azivex though just keeping the place. Slit watches on as well. In 3rd, Vibird getting past Sander. He's lost a few positions in the last few laps. I mean, wasn't long ago Cadillac were 4, 5, and now 1 is 3rd, and Sander has lost 2 positions down to 7th on those mediums. And it's quite a quick track, so maybe it is a 2-stop or these ones. I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Azivex still in the lead from Arvel, who's got a lot of battery to play with. Max battery to play with, actually. As Vidas connects us. Oh my days, we're nearly 3 wide for the lead there. Azivex off the track. Arvel gets the lead. Slit in the fight as well. Slit into P2. Might look to take the lead here in the Cadillac as Paul Lola Alonso retires for the 2nd week in a row in the pits. Arvel just keeping the lead. Hang on, I just want to invite Rai just in case he's disconnected. Where is Rai? There he is. Oh, last online a moment ago. That's not a good sign. We'll invite him anyway. Right. Meanwhile, Arvel still in the lead. Slit up to 2nd, despite his penalty. Looking decent at the moment in the Cadillac. If he has decent pace, he could still get a good result. Already lap 10 of 36. Race is flying. Felix in 4th has indeed caught this front 3, so let's see what he does with that. Only with the yellow light button, as he's probably under fueled, but everyone does that in the 26 cars, as I was talking about earlier. You left a lot to save battery, which helps save fuel as well. So you want to make the cars light as possible, because you're going to gain it all back as the race goes on. Got 2 retirements already. Ramati and Lo Alonso both retire in the pits. Arvel in the lead at the moment, but he has got Slit right behind him. Doesn't have much battery, but he's showing a lot of fight currently. On board with Arvel in the lead of this race, but for how much longer, because the Cadillac is right behind him in the 95 car. But into turn 1, Arvel keeps the place. A little bit of a wider line compared to Slit, who's all over the back of Arvel, and he's going to go to the outside. Is he going to be able to make a move stick into turn 3? Oh, it's very close. Slit has the lead for now, but on the exit, foot to the floor, he does get the lead there, fully ahead of Arvel. And we have our 3rd different leader now of the race. Slit, with a penalty, gets past Arvel into the leaders. Oh, there's a little bit of damage there. Someone's got damage, and there's Arvel actually going into the back of Slit. That's really gonna hurt him in the corners now. Gonna make him understeer a lot more. Meaning he'll carry less speed into the corners. He takes the lead off Slit, but has wing damage now. So how's that going to affect him? Very interesting. As Slit goes down the inside of the penultimate corner and retakes the lead. Wow, wow, wow. What a weird place to do that. But that is the nature of these 26 cars. You can do that with the battery just flying past someone at a very quick corner. And look how exciting this is now for the lead. Everyone is bunched up after the fighting from Slit and Arvel. And now Azirex getting involved as well. Felix, our championship leader, just there as well. This is so exciting. This is F4 in PlayStation PSGL, and down the inside they go. It's about 3 wide into turn 3. Slit still in the lead. Azirex into P2. Arvel now 3rd, struggling with that wing damage. Is Azirex going to try go for the lead? He's going to stay behind. But you got Luca steaming it down the inside of Felix now for P4. The Ferrari is just there as well. Sander behind as well. He's going to be able to save here and try and make a move later on, as Felix down the inside of Arvel now into 3rd. Our championship leader has his closest rival in his sights at the moment, looking to make that 17-point gap in the championship even bigger. And it's so close at the for 4th still, as we see Azirex pit trying to avoid this crazy battling at the moment. Arvel fighting for his life with that wing damage. Slit in the lead at the moment, then Felix, and now Luca and Arvel battling. Arvel goes off, Luca into 3rd. Arvel really not happy with the car since he got that wing damage. And now we got the other Cadillac as Sander, the man who took that Cadillac seat from Arvel, now into 4th ahead of the Racing Bulls. Flavison, who was struggling at the start, has gained a place fighting with Rybird. Under braking on the outside, thought he was going to get it, but a little bit of contact. Rybird looking to keep it, and Rybird does keep it. Flavison has to settle for 7th for now. Tom Mead at the back of this train as well in 8th. Wow, this race has really come alive in on this lap, and the last few laps it's been so exciting. And Slit is our leader, but he's going to be coming into pit lane this lap off those mediums. Our heart's going to go all that way, or is it going to be a 2-stop? We'll have to wait and see. Sander, the next one to get a 3-second time penalty from me. So both Cadillacs now with 3-second time penalties due to track limits. We see quite a few drivers in this lap. Slit, Luca and Tom Mead, 3 people that were in that front pack with all sorts of battling. Was very exciting. And let's see where these guys come out compared to Azirex. There's Azirex and the Williams coming through turn 1. Where do these guys come out? Here comes Slit. Comes out just ahead of the Alpine, fighting for the lead. And these guys are going to have to make up time on those leaders because it doesn't look like they're fighting as much now. But with fresher tyres, the undercut is strong on this game, so let's see if they can do it. Slit just keeping... Actually, no, I'm wrong about that. Actually, wait, no, I'm right about that. Slit keeping that place just as Azivex came out just ahead of him. He's in 11th at the moment. Azivex then in 12th. They're just going to have to push and try and make that undercut work. Fuzzy trying the undercut as well. Tommy just boxed onto the mediums. Azul! What's happened to Felix? He's obviously had an off as the Cadillac going on the grass to try and get past him into the pits. And he does get past him. This is awful for the championship leader. He must have made a mistake coming into the pits, or if he spun into the pits, I have no idea, but he was stood still, obviously got V-set, and had wheel spin, and then had to get going again. And he has lost a lot of time from that, not only from the undercut, but because of that mistake. And I mean, Sander got past him on the grass going into the pits as well. Oh my goodness. Really not good for Felix. He's going to be fuming after that. And this gives Azivex a chance now to gain on him in the championship and keep the championship fight alive. Obviously, there's a lot of rounds left, but we want to keep it as close as possible. As now Felix is battling with Luca and Alex, who have just pitted. Well, Luca's just pitted. Alex has stayed out. This isn't helping Felix either. He gets the place, but Luca there just behind. As all my days, Alex goes into the back of Luca in turn 5 as we see Arvel now pitting. So yeah, really not good for Felix. Look how far off he's off Sander, and he wasn't even in the fight. Tom Eade there as well. He's onto the mediums. What tire did he start on? Tom Eade. He started on the mediums, so I'm guessing that's a sign it's going to be a 2-stop. I might be yapping though. Maybe that was just a mistake by him. But we have a few drivers who've stayed out. Vibird, Flavissant, Sojo Bao all on the alternate strategy, starting on the hards as Fuzzy gets past Alicio and into 6th. Alicio yet to pit off those hards. So yeah, Fuzzy in 6th at the moment. Then Azivex is there in 5th. Then it is Slit, our net race leader, although he does have a time penalty. So if it finished like this, Azivex would win the race. But if it finished like this, actually Vibird would win. But in terms of this is the fight for the lead, and once they get their positions back, this is the fight for the lead, and Azivex would win because of Slit's penalty. But there's still long in the race to go, so I think we will still see quite a few more penalties with how easy it is to go off the track here with all these big curbs, not many gravel traps. So Joe Bao reserving for Red Bull today, looking to make a move on Flavissant in the Audi, and he does, flying past there with plenty of battery into turn 3. He's into P2. So we'll calm down a little bit after that lap 10 to lap 13 chaos and the pit stops has happened. Oh, we've got yellow. Oh, Sojo Bao has had an off at turn 5. He's in the gravel and he's having to rejoin safely there. A very high speed, but the track is tricky. He nearly hits Spryzen, and that's really not good for Sojo Bao as he still needs to pit. Goes off there into the gravel, and that's really ruined the reserves race. He's gonna be kicking himself about that one. And we see Alicio into the pits as well off those hards and onto the mediums. But this makes this race a lot harder, and Sojo Bao spins again and now into the wall, gets a bit of damage, and I'm sure we'll see him in the pit soon to retire because it's just gone can't use that saying because that's appropriate. It's gone all as we see another driver into the wall now. Flavissant obviously struggling on these old hards as he gets passed by the new hard runners. And I was going to say it's just all gone wrong for Sojo Bao and it's all gone wrong for the Florissant as well. Spinning there, just lack of grip on these old hard tyres, and Vibird and Alicia were the only ones who have been able to keep it clean on this hard stint. Lap 19, Vibird's still in the lead, still going on those tyres from the start. Azivex now takes the lead from Slip, but yeah, Florissant into the wall. Think he got away without damage. Sojo Bao definitely didn't. He was now near the back, and there comes Slip. Is he going to try and take the lead? Here on lap 19 of 36, nearly halfway already. If we're not, I think we are halfway. There's Tom Eade down the inside of Florissant, or on the inside to try and keep that place. Into 5th. Tom Eade looking decent at the moment on this medium strategy. He's going to have to box again for sure. Don't know about the others, because I mean Vibird's showing you can do about 19 laps on these hards, but should still be a long way to go for these people for it to be a one stop. But yeah, maybe Tommy just made a mistake doing the medium. I don't know. Sojo Bao into the pits, onto the hards, not the hards, the mediums. Vi onto the hards at the back, who Vi looked like he might have been able to put on a championship fight at the start of the season, but since China, well, since Belgium actually, he's not really been able to do anything, and he's fallen back in the championship. I think he's 6th or 7th now, and just proves how it takes a while in a season to see who the real fighters are, and the real contenders are. And I would say your two main ones are Felix and Azivex. They've been making the most races, and they've been the most consistent, which puts them 1 and 2 in the championship, as Felix gets past Arvel, using a lot of battery as well, into 8th, with 1 lap older tyres. So yeah, Vi, although he had a good start to the season, that doesn't tell the full story, as right now he's at the back. Didn't race in Madrid, DNF'd in China, so yeah, not been the best for him, but hopefully he'll be able to bounce back in the next race as we get more penalties. Currently, Florissant, he's finally into the pits after his spin a few laps ago. So in terms of penalties, well, look at them. As a Slip overtakes Azivex for the net lead. So Slip, Sander, Alex, Bryson, Alicio and Sojo Bao all have 3 seconds of time penalties for track limits, and then Finges has 9 seconds. He's been struggling at this track today as Finges. Meanwhile, his teammate Fuzzy is having a very good race from the back. I mean, this dude started right at the back. He's gained 16 places, and at the moment he's in 4th. Superb drive by Fuzzy at the moment. Whilst Vi, who he started alongside, still at the back. Vibird still staying out on those hards, maybe waiting for a safety car or something, I don't know, but I mean, this has proven it must be a one-stop if you can go this long on hards. I don't know, maybe he's doing a drive to the tyre exposed challenge, I don't know. Felix has been repassed by Arvel as Vibird finally pits after 21 laps on those hards. We'll see where he comes out. Arvel ahead of Felix again. Tommy now off those mediums after a short stint. But he has to, as he's not used both compounds. Vibird onto another set of hearts. Interesting. So he's gone hard. It must be a two-stop then. It must be. Felix now goes down the inside of Arvel again and is able to get the place from the reserve. And yes, he is able to keep that 5th place. Currently the championship leader, recovering from his mistake he made in the pits early after he's looking very quick in the first stint, but since that mistake he's not really been able to do anything as Lucas had a little spin, recovers, comes back onto the track in 8th. But he's been recovering since that mistake. Felix, he finds himself in 5th at the moment. Sojo Bao gets another 3-second time penalty. He's at the back after his spins. Got a new wing, and it's just quietly at the back. Meanwhile, your top 3 is Slit, Azivex and Fuzzy. Despite the penalty, Slit would still finish 3rd, which would be very good for Cadillac in the championship standings. And Slit, one of the full-time drivers for Cadillac, both full-time Cadillacs here today, with Sander becoming a full-time this weekend, and then replacing Arvel, and then Slip has just been very fast today here in Austria. Currently in the lead, has a penalty, but will still be 3rd, which is the joint best result after P3, thanks to Arvel in Britain, and will help them a lot in the constructors. And Sander, looking good in 4th at the moment, would still finish 4th despite his penalty. So yeah, good race for Cadillac at the moment, and Sander's debut for Cadillac as a full-time driver. So that's always good to see for them. Tony gets past Luca, who's having a decent race, and Azivex and Fuzzy both get past Slit for the lead. Vibird getting past Arvul as well, who repaired his wing at his pit stop. And Vibird on those fresh hards now, doing that hard, gonna be quick. I say it's a 2-stop, but 11 laps left, and these guys are still staying out. So why would you pit? Sander, that's not good for him. 3 seconds was okay, but 6 seconds is a bit much. As he goes off the track again, gets another penalty, and that'll cost him at least 5th, maybe 6th and 7th to Vibird and Arvel at this point in time. As Luca now is into the pits of his hards. Tommy has done a medium hard, so he's going to be quick on those hards and try and get some points. As he's getting lapped by people, I think. Vibird now ahead of Felix, flying on those hards. Now ahead of Felix into 5th. Felix is going to be he's not going to be worried, but not the best race for his championship, with him in 6th after making a mistake, and Azivex, his closest contender, who's currently 2nd in the championship, 17 points behind, looking like he could win this race or get 2nd. Not what he would want, as the Astons do a swap, and Tobid is now into the points. Here on that 27 to 36, it's flown by. And we're nearing the end of the 5th round of the season here in PSGL PlayStation F4. It's been a pretty good race. Very good racing. I mean, that lap 10 to lap 13 bit was just madness. So much battling, so much crazy stuff going on. And we're still yet to know who's going to win this race, and we still got just under 10 laps left. So don't go anywhere, folks. Oh, and Slip gets another penalty as well. 6 seconds for him. Really not looking good now for Slip or Sander, the two Cadillacs, on for really good results, but just the sloppiness of getting these penalties, going over the white lines, looks like it's going to cost them. And Vibird looking to have another podium after his podium in Madrid, which will help him in the championship get up a few positions. Most people looking to finish on the hards at the moment. Top 12 all on the hards. But I mean, I say Vibird looking for the podium. He's done a hard. Oh, sorry. He's done a hard, so he's going to have to pit again, surely. Finges is our third retirement. Down to 17 runners now. But he was at the back and got another penalty, so clearly just had enough. And has gone for an early bath tonight. As the leaders approach, Finger's actually coming out of the pits as an AI, not very good. As he retires always. The risk of retiring as he nearly hits our championship leader, Felix. I mean, that would have been crazy if Felix got hit by an AI car. But he sees another day there. And all the Azirex fans are frustrated that didn't happen. But yeah, that would have been not right and annoying if Felix got just taken out the race because of Finger's AI. But he's still in this race and he's sixth. Still looking to maintain that lead in the championship, although it will be harder with Azirex now looking like he's in the fight for the lead of this race. As Fuzzy and Slip battle away. Sorry if I fly through the cameras and I've just given someone an epileptic attack. Just trying to see where stuff is going on. Lap 30 of 36. Azirex in the lead. P2 in the championship currently. Fuzzy on a very good performance right now in the Williams. Started basically last and he's made his way all up into second. So big ups to him. He would be my driver of the day, I think, as it stands. Then it's the two caddies who are getting a little loose in third and fourth. And with how close people are getting, it looks like these two 6-second penalties are really going to affect them. As Vibird goes down the inside of Sander. Risky. Sander goes off trying to give the Ferrari room. Keeps the place. But yeah, Vibird right now fighting to get these positions. And now down the inside. But yeah, Sander gets back past Vibird and into fourth. Near the end of lap 31 now as the caddies begin to fall off and well, Sander beginning to fall off on these hards and yeah, what could be a very good debut for him in the Cadillac. Gonna be a little... the penalty's definitely going to shadow over that a little bit. 6 seconds will put him down to 7th, I think, but still a points finish. Same for Slit, and Cadillac quite low in the championship standing, so that's all they need at the moment. As all Slit and Azivak side by side. Oh, Rybird might get involved here. He's on the inside, gets past Azivak. Fuzzy now in the lead, which would be incredible if he was to win this race. It goes 3 wide there. There's contact though. The Ferrari brakes very late. Slit goes wide into the gravel, and Azivak gets that place now. As oh no, Fuzzy into the wall as he lagged. Oh my goodness, and he's just nearly hit Arvel. This is real. What has happened to Fuzzy? It looks like he's out of the race. And Rybird now leads. What on earth happened there? His wheel disconnect maybe? That looks like what it might have been. As there's rain now in the last few laps. Fuzzy there. His wheel must have disconnected or something. It would look like he was basically going to do a last to first for Fuzzy, which would have been incredible. I was just talking about that. And then into the gravel and into the wall. He must have had some sort of wheel disconnect or something, because he's disqualified. Something's gone wrong there on the technical side for him, and that is just gutting for him. And he's not going to get anything from this race. I would be so... I mean, that would be a week, Roano, and it's only Monday. I mean, oh my goodness. The emotions he must be feeling right now, because he looked like he was going to do a last to first here in Austria, and it's just all gone up in smoke. And right now, okay, this makes sense. This is why Tommy'd used 2 sets of mediums or hards or whatever. This is why Rybird's using 2 sets of hards. They thought it's going to rain and it's going to be inters, so why do two stops on that surely, and then maybe go into the inters. But the rain's come so late, I don't know if he's going to be able to use the inters. I mean, surely Rybird's gonna have to pit. He's going to be disqualified. He's used 2 hards. You can't do that. You have to use a medium and a hard set. Tommy's using the 2 mediums, not the 2 hards. Sorry. Oh, as there's contact there between Slit and Azivek's just hooking each other, and it is beginning to look like it's getting slippy here. What an end to the race we have at the moment here in PlayStation F4 in Austria. Fuzzy disconnect, going off from the lead, and now late rain. Rybird in the lead by 3 seconds. I don't think it's going to stay that way though. It's chucking it down. We're getting drivers boxing onto the inters. Fluorescence on the inters. Alicio's on the inters. Felix, our championship leader, now into 3rd. He might gain in the championship at the end of all this if he can pass Azivek, because he's into 3rd. 2 laps left, and I'm guessing most of these leaders are just going to stay out and firm it on the dries. Doesn't look like anyone's going to sacrifice points to come in. Tommy's still on his fresher hards, trying to make gains. Tony, right now, in the McLaren, in 9th, doesn't score points that regularly, and if he does, it's near the lower end of the points, as Slit loses a few places. Struggling right now in these damp conditions, but these might help the 2 Cadillacs, increase a gap if they're good in these conditions, and at least still get a decent result, as Felix now passed Azivek into P2. And at the moment, he would extend his lead in the championship. This is crazy. Felix from nowhere. He made a mistake in the pits. He's recovered. He's come back. He's in P2 in these down conditions with just a lap and a bit left of this Austrian Grand Prix. This is crazy. Sojo Bell's gone off. He's got half his wing. He's going to be getting out the way of these lot. And Rybird is forced to pit because he's not used both compounds. As Azivek goes sliding off, the Cadillac going off as well. And now we start the final lap, and Felix is going to lead the final lap, and looks like the only lap he will lead. He's not led the race at all. And oh my god, Azivex has got a puncture in the first corner of the final lap, and Azivex is into the wall. And the man who was fighting to oh my days, and Slits crashed as well. Slits out. And he was looking to score amazing points for Cadillac. Oh my god, what is going on? Oh my god. So there's just so much going on, guys. Sorry if I'm struggling to say what everything's just happened. Azivex has just got a puncture looking to gain on Felix in the championship. Puncture at the first corner of the final lap, goes off. He's out the points. Slit then crashes at turn 1 as well from how damp it is. This is crazy. Suzuki's got a puncture as well. Felix looks like he's going to crawl to the win here in the damp conditions with the rain. This is unbelievable. Felix, the championship leader, looked like for sure someone was going to gain on him and begin a hunt for the championship, but Felix comes round the final corner and wins the Austrian Grand Prix. That is one of the most crazy races I have seen in all of league racing. Viberg, after making another stop, hard enters, gets second. That is unbelievable. Tommy gets third in the Aston Martin. I said he's not had the pace since China, but there he is in third. What a performance. Tony is going to get sixth. What a great result for him in the McLaren. It's going to be Luca 7th, Alex 8th, Spryzen 10th, Flavison gets 9th, Spryzen 10th, Alicio in 11th, Suzuki not getting any points. He won't advance into the top 10 of the championship. He's going to crawl down to 12th. He's going to crawl into 12th with that puncture. And Wright will be 13th. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was insane. That is the most exciting 26 Cup League race I've seen. I don't think ever. And it's only like this first month of the race, of the game, of the cars. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that race, because oh my days, that was unbelievable. The 8 people watching this live have been in for a treat, and Felix, our championship leader, extends the lead from 17 points to even more than that, beyond 20 now. I mean, oh my god, that was unbelievable drive by Felix. So much happened in those last 6 laps. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Wow, 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 what a race. I mean, I'm nearly speechless, guys. I was speechless at the start of that final lap. That was insane. Insane. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to go into the stream and something to see. I've been muted the whole time or something. Because I mean, oh my god, that was insane. Like, one of the most crazy ends to a race I've ever seen. Felix wins. Felix wins. It's not even like he should be moved up or anything. He's genuinely just been consistent, and I mean, you just got to take a bow. He's just got a bow, because I mean, that was, oh my days, how did he win that? That was crazy. Oh my god, I don't think a commentator has ever left me this stunned. Oh my god. That was unbelievable. I'm generally in shock. I mean, guys, that was insane. If that's not an advert for PlayStation F4 every week, I don't know what is. But Felix was, I mean, there's so many stories at the end that, oh my goodness, Fuzzy going out from the lead with a wheel disconnect or something in the last few laps was just crazy. And then the rain came. Then Azivex the favourite for the flipping win, gets a puncture and spins off. Slit, who then takes the lead, crashes. Bird pits, because he's on a hard, gets second. Suzuki gets a puncture. Felix, who had literally sat in the pit flipping lane thing, halfway through the race somehow wins. I mean, oh my, Tom Eade, who was nowhere, did a medium hard, gets, I mean, oh my God, I mean, that was insane. I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, guys, that was insane. I'm generally just like, I'm all over the place right now. That was insane. Oh my God. I mean, like, guys, please just watch F4 every week, because that was insane. That was amazing. That was just so... That's crazy. That was actually crazy. I'm just yapping now, but thanks guys for watching. I mean, how can you even end the stream after that? That was insane. I'm going to be talking about that race for the rest of the season. Generally, the most crazy thing I've seen. Everyone needs to watch that. That was crazy. That was unbelievable. I'm clipping that. I'm clipping the last like that. That was just unbelievable. I've said that word so many times. That's so crazy. Poor two people watching just hear me flipping ramble on. But thanks guys for watching. And I mean, what a race. What a final few laps. Genuinely the craziest thing I've ever seen. And yeah, see you guys next week for hopefully more crazy PS4 F4 action. I love this tier. And I'm sure we'll be back for more next week. So guys, hope you've enjoyed watching and tune in next week. Don't know what race is it, but it's going to be mint, just like this one. And yeah, thanks guys for watching another PSGL race, and enjoy the tiers that are on now, and yeah.